Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our Let's Talk Business podcast. Tri-County Regional Black Chamber Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce's Let's Talk Business podcast. And as we open up this morning, we have a super exciting panel of guests today. Before we get started, I would like to thank our sponsors, Amico Federal Credit Union and Southwest Airlines. As I earlier stated, I am really excited about our panel that we have today. We are featuring our authors of distinction. And we're going to kick this off with Mr. Michael Bo Williams, who is, I've been looking at his bio, and it is very, very impressive. Mr. Williams is a best selling author of 3 books. And he's also an instructional, yes, instructional speaker. And he goes into the schools and the ISDs to talk about his books. And what's so impressive to me is the timing of it all. In the world that we live in today, how to win in the game of dress for success. And if we need that now more than ever, because when we're out and about and we see how we're dressed and our children, that kind of thing. And also, the title of one of his books is "Would You Hire Me?" And I think that my favorite one, even though I haven't had an opportunity to read them yet, but my favorite one is entitled, "If You Want a Job Done Right, Hire a Woman." Now, what do you say to that? I absolutely love that. And so we're going to get right into it with Mr. Williams. Very, very impressive with what you have out there. Mr. Williams, you want to just open up by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you very much for having me on your podcast. I was born in Beaumont, but I've been here in Houston since '90.
Okay.
Been in a retail clothing business for a lot of years.
Okay.
And I've had the opportunity to dress many young men for the interview, and not young and not so young,
Okay.
on their first interview clothing
Okay.
purchase.
Okay.
And it's been a lot of fun, and then a lot of them have come back and told me thank you very much for picking that outfit
Wow.
for me, and it kind of motivated me to write the book,
Okay.
How to Win in the Game of Dress for Success.
Okay. 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 That was you took my question from me, Mr. Bo. That is why you wrote the book. You say expound on that a little bit.
Well, to begin with, when I came out of college, I didn't know how to dress for an interview.
Okay.
And I guess I learned the hard way. And I didn't want a lot of young men coming out of college, especially the HBCUs, because a lot of us tend to dress like the guys on TV.
On the video.
And that's not the way you dress for an interview, a corporate
Okay.
interview.
Okay.
And I didn't want them to make the same mistakes I made.
Okay.
Because I followed Superfly back in the days. So
Okay.
that's what prompted me to write the book. Because it's a game.
Okay.
And if you don't know the rules, you're going to lose. If you know the rules and don't play by the rules, you're going to get penalized or you're not going to win.
Oh wow.
So that's why I wrote the book, How to Win in the Game of Dress for Success. It's written around football,
Okay.
and I thought that would hopefully get guys to read the book. It's very simple, easy to follow, easy words. I don't use big words, it's just simple talking words like you and I are using right now.
Okay.
And like I said, it's easy to read, and it was fun for me to write.
Okay. Okay. What would you say is your favorite chapter in the book?
Wow, that's a good one. I enjoyed writing all of the chapters.
Okay.
I mean, doing the research and just putting things in that reflected my background, my years of selling clothing, things I learned. But if I had to pick one chapter, it would probably be Where to Shop.
Where to shop.
Yes. I use football in a way that you have AstroTurf,
Okay.
you have indoor stadiums,
Okay.
you have grass. So I kind of related that to department stores, small stores, and boutiques and discount stores.
Okay.
Kind of tried to relate those together so that a person reading it can understand, oh, okay, that makes sense. And that's what I tried to do with this book on a lot of the chapters.
Making it relatable.
Exactly.
Making it relatable. Okay. Okay. I like how you say it's like you set the stage. You talk about it being a game, the game of dressing for success, and then you paint the images, or you paint the picture, so to speak, how indoor stadium, the AstroTurf, you paint that, and so now you're starting to internalize, okay, as if you're in an arena or in a stadium, and so
it's a game.
Yes, it's a game. So you're getting ready to play the game now. When you arrive. I got you. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Tell us a little bit about, in your own words, what is your definition of dressing for success?
It's a real simple definition to me. It's a matter of dressing with your clothing,
Okay.
your speech, your mannerisms, eye contact, shaking hands, all of those things wrapped up into one to reach a particular goal that you're trying to reach.
Okay.
For example, if I'm going to an interview,
Okay.
I may want to dress coat, tie to the nines.
Okay.
But if I'm going to meet maybe some parents of a young lady that I want to date,
Okay.
I probably wouldn't dress that way.
Okay.
I want to be successful in them approving of me.
Right.
So I might want to dress a little dashy, just depends on
Gonna tone
the
it down
age
a little
group.
bit.
Yeah,
huh?
So whatever the occasion is,
Yes.
dress that way to be successful on that mission.
Okay.
Everything is not here, no.
Right.
So it's going to be different. You got to play the game, know the rules, play by the rules, and hopefully you'll win.
Oh wow. Okay. That is very, very impressive. As I mentioned earlier, you are a best-selling author of 3 books. Tell us a little bit about the DVD, How to Tie a Tie. Just tell us a little bit about that.
It's a simple DVD, 5 knots in 15 minutes. There's a lot of young men that have never experienced tying a tie.
Okay.
Maybe nobody ever took the time to show them how. So the video is very simple. It's kind of elegant.
Okay.
15 minutes gives you a background of where the necktie came from up to today. And there's some knots that I don't know how to tie, but I do have 5 knots here
Okay.
that a young man can learn how to tie a tie. And a lot of times there are women raising their men. And if the lady doesn't know how to tie, they got to go next door to find the executive down the street to, for that first interview or maybe that prom.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tie this tie for my son? Well, I'll have it right there.
Wow.
And it includes the bow tie.
Oh, the bow tie. Okay. So with all that you have done, and in all your successes, with your 3 books, with your DVD, what else do you have in the works? What is to come from Mr. Michael Bo Williams? What can we look for from you in the future?
What I want to do is get bigger with respect to doing my presentations.
Okay.
PowerPoint presentations, speeches to young men and women also on dressing for that interview.
Okay.
High schools and middle schools, and I've talked to elementary schools too.
Okay.
Of course, they don't wear ties, but they do have a particular uniform
Right.
that they need to wear instead of wanting to dress hip-hop
Mm-hmm.
at school. But colleges, junior colleges, senior colleges, 4-year colleges, all of those young men out there and women that need to understand the game of dressing for success.
Okay. Well, would you care to share anything with us about your store, your retail store?
My retail store have been stores that I've worked at
Okay.
throughout the city.
Okay.
Of course, COVID kind of cut that down.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't worked since a few months.
Okay.
So now I want to do this full time, whereas before I did it part time.
Okay.
On occasion. But now I think the need is ready for what I have to offer, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the schools, churches, nonprofits that I did in the past. I'm ready to get it back rolling.
Okay.
So anybody interested, my website is tiresrequiredplus.com, phone number 281-630-1487. You can follow me on Facebook, author Michael Williams.
Okay. Can you repeat that once more for our viewers and our listeners? Maybe they didn't have a pencil right then to write it down. Can you give us that information again?
Website is tiresrequiredplus.com.
Okay.
Facebook, author Michael Williams. Phone number 281-630-1487.
Okay, so if you are interested in contacting Mr. Michael Williams, you have the information. Please go to his website and check him out. You can reach him by phone. As we get ready to wrap this up, Mr. Williams, can you tell us, is there anything that you in particular that you would like to share, or that you would like our listeners and our viewers to know?
Well, I'd like the young men and women to understand that dressing for success is a game. And again, if you don't know the rules, you can't play. If you know the rules and don't follow them, you're going to get penalized or not win. And young men and women need to understand, they spend 4 years, college graduates spend 4 years in college. They get all the way down to the 1 yard line and they need to make a touchdown. And that's that main interview. And if they fumble the ball because they weren't dressed properly, guess what? They probably won't get the job. Because corporate companies want people to look the part to what their company is looking to do.
That's very, very true. That is very, very true. Let me ask you, in your book, How to Win in the Game of Dress for Success, when did you write that book?
I just had it republished.
Okay.
2 months ago.
Okay.
But I wrote the book probably 10 years ago.
Okay. And I asked the question because think of the relevance of it. You know, you wrote the book 10 years ago, and just look at how relevant it is for today. Because a lot of times we see our sons or our nephews with the slabbing, as the young folk call it. You know, you see in the underwear, no belt, or it kills me when I see the young men walking in pants that are 2 sizes too big. They don't have on a belt, and they're holding the pants in their hand. You know, and then they're walking wide leg like this so the pants won't fall to the floor. You know, and I'm thinking in terms of, okay, of course I would not hire them. You know, I would not hire them. However, I'm thinking, you wrote the book 10 years ago, and I'm thinking how relevant it is today for what you wrote 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so that's quite amazing. So please check out Mr. Bo Williams, Mr. Michael Bo Williams, How to Win in the Game of Dress for Success. And as we wind down, I want to again thank our sponsors, Amoco Federal Credit Union and Southwest Airlines. So, Mr. Bo, we thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
This is amazing. This is really amazing. We thank you for being here today, and we're going to get our people to go out there and buy the book and go on the website and check you out.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Okay, again, our sponsors, Southwest Airlines and Amoco Federal Credit Union. Also want to give a shout out to GMT Radio. That's gmtradio.com, gmtradio.com. If you're a business owner, you're looking to take your business to the next level, you're in need of a commercial, you're in need of some media, you need your event. You may need your event to be live streamed or something like that. You want to get your name out there. You want to get your logo out there. You want to get your business name out there, and you're interested in going next level, please go to gmtradio.com. That's gmtradio.com. Okay. So next we have this is someone that is near and dear to me. Next we have another author of distinction. This lady right here, man, I'm telling you, she is just a phenomenal lady. I'm gonna follow instructions and I'm gonna read something to you. I told Leandra, I said, we don't have enough time for this lady. This lady is doing the doggone thing. This is Miss Nicole Wilson, CEO of Anointed Caring Homes. It says here there's a relatively small segment of leaders in the business world, individuals who seem to build relationships, trust, and rapport with almost anyone, and then are able to negotiate the relationships and make connections between people, creating partnerships and alliances, and motivating forward momentum to get things done. Nicole Wilson is one of those people. Yes, she is. She's one of those people that get things done, and she not only does she get things done, but she gets them done with driving results through collaborations, partnerships, and relationships. As a business owner in the healthcare industry is what she is all about. With an enthusiastic and genuinely friendly attitude, Nicole radiates a sincere passion for delivering value and services to those she serves, and she's a boss with it too. Yes, she is boss. The Nicole Wilson, Amazon best-selling author, the mental health mogul, making moves that matter.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's good to see you always. Always. You wear so many hats from mogul, mom, wife, mom of an up and coming baby author. Actor. I'm sorry. Actor. You can find him on JCPenney commercials, and the list just goes on and on. Tell us about you, Nicole, and what is it that you want the world to know here today?
Nicole Wilson, the Nicole Wilson.
The Nicole Wilson.
Born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
Been here in Texas now for about 18 years.
Okay.
Founder and CEO, as you mentioned, of Anointed Caring Homes Incorporated, which is an agency that provides services and supports to individuals that have intellectual and developmental disabilities and related conditions. So very closely tied with the mental health industry.
Okay.
You can get all the rest of my details on my website, thenicolewilson.com. But
Okay.
Specifically, I'm all about equality, period, specifically in the mental health industry. I play just about every position in the game, in the home and community-based services world and mental health world. And I'm just, an advocate for this vulnerable population of people. In every sport, there's an MVP, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm the MVP.
Yes, you are. Yes, you
I got
are.
the industry on lock. Like I said, I've worn many hats. I have the awards, the business accolades that other colleagues in the industry have pretty much nodded and donned me a mental health mogul, and I'm going to roll with that.
Yeah.
20 plus years in the game.
Wow.
Married 12 years, 2 kidpreneurs.
Okay.
My husband and I are executive producers of an upcoming movie.
Oh, wow.
And so you ask, who is Nicole Wilson? The Nicole Wilson.
Yeah.
I am she. She is me. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I can hear your passion when you talk about the mental health. And
Yeah.
how did you get here? What was it that you said this is me right here?
Well, it all started back out of childhood curiosity. Young girl in middle school, had a good friend that had a sister that was, I guess you can say, mentally challenged or had an intellectual disability. And I was just intrigued. I always wanted to know why she had to be separated from the general population of students, why she acted this way. Just wanted questions that wasn't answered. And so I was just always amazed and wanted to know, what that was all about. So as I grew older, still had that, still wanted to know. And so I started when I went to college, I studied rehabilitation services at the Southern University, A&M University, yes.
Yes, HBCU, right?
HBCU, and then I furthered my education at Prairie View A&M
Okay.
University in juvenile forensic psychology, and I was like, boom, this is it.
Was
All
that the
things mental
connection?
health.
Is that was that your defining moment? And it's like this is
This
it for
is
me.
it. Yeah, this is helping answer all those questions that I had when I was a child. And it
Wow.
still, amazes me today. It's still intriguing. So I enjoy working with this population of people.
Well, you certainly are doing the doggone thing. Talk a little bit about your book.
The book, Home and Community-Based Services Made Simple, and I apologize, rushing this morning, I forgot to bring a copy.
Okay.
But Home and Community-Based Services Made Simple, a quick reference guide to creating a successful and sustainable program. It's for anyone who's looking to get into the game, anyone who's looking to weed out the bad providers and snatch up businesses, because I snatch businesses. Anybody that's make a lucrative income, anyone that I can train and, train into a mini mental health mogul, if you will.
Okay.
So anybody who's looking to care for this, this vulnerable population of people, the book goes hand in hand with the program that I created. And it's pretty much the Bible to getting in the game, their passport to getting in the game, and I, give you play-by-play instructions on how to get there faster.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. There certainly is a need. There certainly is a need. When you talk about your first book, right?
Mm-hmm. First book.
Okay. Are you working on anything else, or what is to come? Because I know it's some more in you. You spoke a little bit about the upcoming movie, but what is? I know that those are things that are to come, but are you working on a second book? Is that in the future, or
A second book will definitely be coming. It'll be more geared towards for the caregiver
okay?
who may be experiencing burnout,
Okay.
or even how to care for individuals that have the challenging behaviors. So
Okay.
we work with an array of individuals, from the mild end of the spectrum all the way to someone that is very aggressively has very aggressive behaviors, life-threatening behaviors. So that book is coming soon.
Okay. And in your industry, is there? And I'm sure that it encompasses all. What would you say with the adults and then the children, or what is that? What is that balance like, or is there such a thing? Or you work with more of the adult or less of the children, or vice versa?
We work with all children
Okay.
and adults. Our youngest client is, I think he's about 10.
Okay.
Oldest is maybe 72.
Oh wow.
So we work with children and adults and anywhere in between. We have individuals that live at home with their parents,
Okay.
that care for their loved ones, and we have very caring, what we call support families,
Okay.
just very special people who want to care for this population of people in their home. So
Wow.
we have group homes as well. So yeah, we children and adults.
Anointed Caring Homes.
Anointed Caring Homes,
The
yes.
Nicole.
The Nicole Wilson. Yes.
Best-selling author, mental
Yes.
health mogul. Talk about making moves that matter. This lady is making moves that matter. Can you share just a little bit, without giving it away, about your upcoming movie?
It's called The Prodigal Son. It's actually going to be
my.
shot here in Houston.
Okay.
Right now, that's kind of pretty much all that I can give out. But
Okay.
it'll be coming soon. Marketing will be coming soon, so everybody will be able to check it out.
The Prodigal Son. I have this thing that I used to tell my pastor all the time, that I was the prodigal daughter. So that is definitely relatable. That is definitely relatable. The Prodigal Son. I'm definitely excited for you and all that you have coming through the pipes, and that's definitely something that I'm gonna be looking forward to. That we're gonna be looking forward to. Is there anything else that you would like for us to know about the Nicole Wilson?
Well,
I love
speaking
that.
of making moves that matter, I moved with some other boss chicks too.
Okay.
Boss chicks of Houston,
Okay.
Deanna Green, Tawana Wilson, and Keisha Garner.
Okay.
You can catch us here, actually, GMT Radio,
Okay.
every Monday at 6 p.m. And basically, it's a platform of women basically sharing how women, specifically women of color, can,
Okay.
work together and operate in the same space. and break bread together and not tear each other down, being each other's cheerleader, and making moves that matter.
Yes, yes. Defying the odds, right?
Yes, defying the odds.
Because we've heard that, oh, we can't do that, we can't work together, and you know, it's just that. But
it's working now. I mean, we all operate like Tawana. If some of you catch the show, Tawana and I have the exact same business.
Okay.
The exact. So technically, we're competitors.
Okay.
And we refer each other clients. We have made money together. Deanna, Tawana, Keisha, and I, we're kind of operating right now in the same space in the real estate industry. Okay. We eat off each other. Okay. You know, we help each other and, build each other up. So that's a platform that you definitely want to look out for. Follow me.
Yes.
At the Nicole Wilson on social media.
Okay.
Hashtag making moves that matter.
Okay. Are y'all getting that?
Come back with it. Hashtag go get her. Hashtag on the move. I'm just saying.
She's just saying, y'all. She's just saying. Okay. So and your show, Boss Chicks, you said it airs every Monday. Tell us about that again.
Every Monday, 6 p.m. here on GMT Radio. We're live and it's also recorded too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that you're on all of the social media platforms and all those good things. And so, well, all right.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
again, I'm sorry I didn't bring a copy of the book. It's called Home and Community-Based Services Made Simple, a quick reference guide to creating a successful and sustainable program. You can catch it on Amazon or on my website, thenicolewilson.com.
All righty then. Well, thank you, Miss Nicole, the Nicole Wilson.
Yes.
Yes, and Nicole and I also share. We share space. I get to share space with the Nicole Wilson. As we sit on the board together with Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, and it has truly been a pleasure to meet you. I mean, even since 2 years ago when we first met, and aside from what you do in the community and in your family, you're just so giving of yourself. And so we appreciate that. We appreciate all that you do. I am so looking forward to what's to come, and I know that we have not begun to see the last of the Nicole Wilson. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So we're gonna change over just a little bit. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Southwest Airlines and Amoco Federal Credit Union. What's coming through the pipes with our Let's Talk Business podcast for this month. We're going to have our Meet the Honorees. We have our upcoming 16th Annual Business Choice Awards and Gala, which is going to be held in Beaumont, Texas, May 14th and 15th. And so we will be spotlighting our honorees for our podcast during April 9th and the 23rd. I am so very, very pleased to share space with this lady right here. She is amazing. We go a little bit ways back, just a little bit, and she is definitely near and dear to my heart. Welcome to the show, Yvette McGill, hashtag The Exchange. Welcome, my sister. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
are you? How are you?
I am great.
Okay, well, welcome to our Let's Talk Business podcast. I know that you are moving as you always are. And I'm glad we were able to snag you just for a few minutes. So as we welcome you to the show, I want to get right down to it. You are the author of 6 books. Best-selling author of 6 books. That is pretty amazing. And I say that because I remembered you when you hadn't given birth to the first book, and I look at you now, 6 books already published and another in the making. Tell us a little bit about how did you come about writing the very first book?
Well, actually, the very first book came about just on Facebook. Already a vision in my soul that I wanted to write a book, but I stumbled across a mutual friend on Facebook who was asking if anyone wanted to be on a project with her to write a book on their experience in stepping out on faith and starting their own business. So that was my very first book, but that wasn't my very first baby.
Yeah, I know, but we're gonna say that part. We're gonna save that part. And when you say you stumbled upon, it wasn't a stumble, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was divine intervention all day. I'm sure that would you say that that is what got your juices to flowing to doing what was really impregnated in you with writing the book.
Oh, most definitely. I share with authors, first-time authors, all the time that first project is what allowed me to get my feet wet, allowed me to see if anyone would be interested in anything I had to say. So I often encourage people to do a collaboration project first before you jump out in the author world. Just make sure if the world wants to hear what you have to offer.
Okay. So let me ask you. First, okay, so now you've gotten the first book done. Okay, it's done. And now 6 books later, one in the making or under construction. Did you foresee this when you wrote your first book, or after you had given birth to your first book? Did you foresee 6 books plus one in the making down the road? Okay. Talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about that.
No,
Is it a career for you
Not
now?
Not at all.
Okay.
Oh, most definitely.
And can you tell me?
Definitely.
Can you tell?
It's not just a career. It's a lifestyle.
Okay. It's not just a career. It's a lifestyle. Okay. You want to expound on that a little bit?
Oh, most definitely. The book that was my baby, which was the second book, I really thought I was just fulfilling an assignment from God. That book was so painful to release until I thought that God just wanted me to tell my truth, and that was it. I never saw being a true author, not only writing books, but helping other people write books. I never foreseen it coming, so I am truly excited that God saw more in me than I saw in myself at that point in time.
Yes, indeed. I can relate to that. Do you feel as though you've accomplished anything worth mentioning once you're long gone off the scene?
Yeah, a lot of things. Generational curses have been broken. Generational blessings have been created. I feel like I am inked into a lot of people's lives that I would not have been. Like when I first had to write my first baby, and if you'll always notice, I'm gonna say the difference between my first book and my first baby, because again, the first book was not my first baby. So when I had to write my first baby, God told me if I stood in my truth, He would take me places I couldn't imagine. He would allow me to meet people I would otherwise never encounter. And so, again, I'm inked into a lot of people's lives that not have been strong enough to tell their truth if I hadn't stood up and told my truth. And so, yeah, it's a lifestyle, it's a career, and it's taken on so many different directions for me. Not only do I write books, I help other people write their books. I do a collaboration project where I allow other people to write a chapter in my book. So just being obedient helps me in many, many ways.
Okay. So in terms of your first book and your first baby, so let's talk a little bit. And I hear you say that there's a difference. You can differentiate between the two. So in terms of your first baby, do you and you mentioned earlier that it was painful to write. Do you have any regrets?
Absolutely none. Maybe, well, I take that back. Maybe one regret that I took so long, but then I also have to step back and say no with that also, because God's time and work, and He knew that I had to be strong enough. He had to get me to a strong enough place where I could release such a painful, difficult truth.
Okay. Okay. And you are known
And
as,
releasing that,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying, releasing it, it allowed me to strengthen some relationships. It allowed me to release some relationships. It was just a blessing on every level for myself and for those who really understood why I needed to do what I needed to do and how I did it. I begged God to quietly tell that truth, but He told me that there was souls He had created that needed to hear from me, and so for that very reason, I had to be obedient and do it in that manner, and I don't regret that at all.
Okay. Okay. Tell us a little bit, Yvette. If you could name four people, name 4 people that you wish could read your books that are no longer with us. 4 people.
So definitely my parents, my mom, and my dad. Because my latest book, I would have to include my grandmother because I wrote about her, and I just think that she would be overjoyed to know that she's mentioned in the book. And then Maya Angelou, she's a very significant part of who I am today. Like, I listen to her on a regular basis. I feel like our lives were quite similar in some of the things that we went through. And so if I could ever sit down and present a book, or maybe to anyone, it would be those 4 people. I would want my parents to read it and hurry up and go back to heaven, though, because I don't think they can handle it.
Okay. Okay. I think we're having some maybe some tech issues, but we're gonna press forward. I also want to ask you, would you say that your mission was accomplished in your baby book, your first book that was your baby? Would you say that your mission was accomplished with the writing and the publishing of your very first baby book?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It was not only accomplished, but I really feel like God smiled on me because, again, in me being obedient and writing the book, sold over 700 copies in a matter of 400 copies in 30 days. And Facebook just sent me a reminder that just yesterday, and I couldn't help but smile, knowing that I had been blessed with something that a lot of people don't hear. But more importantly, just in writing that book, it changed me and my daughter's relationship, but then it also made it much better than I could have ever imagined. And so for that, I'm forever grateful.
Wow. Wow. I would definitely concur that it was definitely a mission accomplished for you, for those things to have manifested, since the writing of your first book, or your baby. And you mentioned collaborations, and helping others to tell their truth, for my truth. Help me, Vet. My truth for your transformation. Talk a little bit about that for us.
It was like he gave me literally when I went to a class in Houston to learn how to write a book, and it was for even the first book. Literally the room went dark. He told me that you're gonna write a book, you're gonna name it The Exchange, and the reason why is because when you were 25 years old, I had you go to your mom and give her forgiveness, knowing that 25 years later you have to ask your daughter forgiveness. And had you not been obedient back then, I wouldn't have been able to allow your daughter to give you now. And so you're gonna go around telling the world your truth for others' information. So I tell my truth so that others, especially young women, I have a strong passion for young women, young mothers, especially single mothers, that they will walk in my truth so they don't have to make the same mistakes expecting better results.
Wow. That is really something. And in the exchange, and on the journey of telling your truth for others, tell your truth for their transformation. You have created a platform for other women to share their truths. You know, what has that felt like? What is that like for you, Yvette McGill, to have women come and say, hey, you know, thanks for sharing that with me. I want to share my story.
For me, it means that God really thought not enough of me, but a lot of me. I can't even put it in words for the simple fact that I still sometimes feel like, has God really forgiven me? Am I really forgiven? Like, I'm still hard on myself about that decision. And as a result of it, when women come and whisper to me all the time, they come and tell me, thank you for telling your truth. I wish I was strong enough to tell my truth. It reminds me that this assignment was from God. There was no accident, that He took the most nasty thing that I've done thus far on life and allowed me to be a blessing to other women and men. I've had men contact me and say, like, don't tell my wife I read her book, but your book blessed me too. I too have a truth I wish I could tell. So although the majority of my audience, and I had, as a friend of mine say, a few lucky men to have read my book and there also.
Oh wow. What is next? What is next for Yvette McGill, best-selling author, The Exchange? What is next for you? What is in your future? What projects are you working on that you're able to share about what's to come and what we can look for from you?
Well, again, I'm doing a second collaboration. Like my first collaboration project was released here in January, where I allowed four other ladies to exchange their truth for others' transformation, where they told something that most people didn't know about them, with the hope of helping someone make better decisions. And so now I am offering that again to whoever wants to exchange their truth for other transformation. But I'm going a little different. I'm looking for people who don't just have sad stories, but maybe people who did it right and you want to exchange their good truth for others' transformation. Maybe you want to tell about a wonderful childhood you had, or a wonderful marriage, or just a wonderful experience, so that others will know it pays to make good decisions. But then also I have a segment on Facebook that's called Soul Searching Sunday, where I just go really deep about some everyday things that I did wrong, with the hopes of you doing it right. And I'm told by a lot of people that they see some amazing things coming out of that. I'm doing a master class in a couple of weeks where I'll be teaching 10 women. I'm very intentional about being able to deal with people on a one-on-one basis. So I've not allowed the class to be more than 10 people because I want it to be very personal. God has been very direct with me how He wants to do this class. And so even in my teaching of anger management, I teach on a one-on-one basis because I like to deal with, why are you sitting in front of me? And so with that, I've been told that there's possibly some kind of TV, something in the future. I don't know, but I'm excited about any reason that God would see fit to use me every day I wake up.
Wow. That is amazing.
So the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit for Yvette Denise McGill. Hashtag The Exchange. Well, I want to ask you one final question. Has it been expensive, or was it expensive for you to write your first book? Was it expensive? And I'm asking that for the listeners. You know, there are so many of us out here that are pregnant with the book, and it could be finances. You know, they just don't know. You know, so what would you say to a person who is pregnant with the book and they don't know where to start, where to go, or anything about the cost?
If God's telling you to do it, first of all, do it. And I would definitely figure it out. Like for me, it was not easy. I didn't just open up my checkbook and write a check. I did not have the sources. But my husband definitely, encouraged me to write the book, to do what I need to do. But in the meantime, with me wanting to do it, and I found somebody who wanted to help me do it, the fund wasn't there. And a friend of mine, I used to be in the insurance industry, so a friend of mine asked me, "Don't you still have life insurance policies?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." She was like, "You need to borrow those policies." I didn't even know because I didn't work from that perspective in the insurance industry. So I didn't even know that you could borrow insurance policies. So I did. I borrowed off of one of my insurance policies to write my first. So there's a cost to it. There's something that you gotta
Of
want so
course.
bad
Of
that you
course.
figure out a way.
Okay. Okay. And last question. In all of your 6 books, in everything that you've done thus far, what would you say is your best work of art today?
Oh, but I don't think I'll ever go against hashtag the exchange, my baby. I don't care. You could probably hear me on Good Morning America with Robin Robinson. Baby, I'd be grinning so hard my teeth probably look like they're about to come out of my mouth. You still would not move me past my baby. That's gonna be, I'm gonna be 99 rocking in the wheel in a rocking chair, and I'm gonna still be. That baby will always be my baby. God has
Absolutely.
promised me that He's gonna take me deeper with baby, but that's gonna always be my baby because I lost a lot of people along the way. I like to always share that maybe 5 family members have supported me, but over 700 people said otherwise. So when God tells you to do it afraid.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I want to thank you, Yvette, for being our guest today. I was hoping that you could have been in the studio, but like you said, when God has something for you, He makes a way.
Yes,
You
yes.
were unable to be in the studio, but you are in the studio virtually. So thank you for sharing, Yvette. Thank you for just being transparent with us and being able to help someone that is possibly wanting to do what you did, to exchange their truth for others' transformation. So thank you for sharing, and we look forward to what's to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're wrapping up and winding down here with our Let's Talk Business podcast, working with Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. If you are interested in becoming a part of our Tri-County family, please go to our website at tcbcc.org. That's tcbcc.org. If you are looking for, if you're just starting your business, or if you are looking for guidance, if you're needing a business coach, if you're needing business mentoring, we are the place for you. We would love to have you join our family. If you are interested in some of the services that we offer, please, when you go to our website at tcbcc.org, go to our services, click on our services tab. Our website is very, very user friendly. Go on there and click on our services tab, and it'll tell you all of the services that we offer. Also, and I tell everyone, since we're in the age of online shopping, and if you are shopping for a product from a company that you've never purchased before, what do? You go to the reviews. And so let me encourage you, once you go on our website and you look at the services that we offer, click on our testimonials, and the proof is in the pudding. Our testimonials will tell the successes of what has come from those who have come through Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We are one chamber serving 12 counties, one chamber serving 12 counties in 4 regions. Who does that? Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce does. So we thank you for watching. We thank you for listening. Also, we want to thank again our sponsors, Amoco Federal Credit Union and Southwest Airlines. Also want to give a shout out to GMT Radio. That's gmtradio.com, gmtradio.com, for all of your commercial and media needs. Hit up Nice, Mr. Kenji, Nice. He will help you get there. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.